Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up, and welcome back to another Friday Sews. I hope you're all well and have had a really good week. I'm working from home this morning, which is a luxury and a very much a rarity for me. Don't really get the opportunity to do that much in my job, but yes, this morning I'm working from home. Basically because I've got lots of clinical admin to catch up on, and I don't get the opportunity at work because when I'm the only medic there, I'm the one that everybody comes to all day, every day. So I very much need to be on site to provide that support. So anyway, I didn't have a clinic this morning, so I've blocked it out so that I can catch up on lots of clinical letters and blood results and all that kind of stuff. So that's going to be my morning, and I'm going in this afternoon for a meeting. So it's quite a nice day today. So I've had a really busy week again. Haven't done a lot of sewing. It's just been full on work wise this week, which, you know, we have weeks like that, don't we? But I have done a little bit. So I thought I'd share with you what I have got up to this week. So I'll start with what I'm wearing. This is actually a very old make now. I made it about 3 years ago, and it is the Isla top by Tessuti. I'll stand up and show you. So it's in this gorgeous, it's like a French terrier, I think, that actually came from America. It's got this really sort of nice yoke detail at the back, as you can see. And Judy bought me this fabric back from Oregon when she went a couple of years ago, and yeah, I really love it. It's got 3/4 length sleeves, but obviously you can lengthen it if you want to. Designed for knit fabrics. It's a nice, easy breezy top, and it's great for just, you know, throwing on at home and feeling really cash. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing today. I'm just wearing it with my joggers because, as I say, I'm just, you know, very casual at home this morning. So I haven't had a lot of time to sew this week because I've been at work for most of it, but I did go to Sew Toon last weekend. I think I mentioned that in last week's vlog. And yeah, we went up on the Saturday, stayed overnight in a sort of Airbnb, and then went to Sew Toon on the Sunday. We had a really nice day. It was very chilled. Didn't go out Saturday night. We just stayed in, had pizza, which was lovely. So yeah, had a really lovely day. And I was sewing up the Marnie by Atelier and the Buttons, and I've made 2 before, and I got quite far on with it. And Piper's just come to say hello, but still a few bits to finish off, and I've not done any more on it this week. Bear in mind, it's been folded up in my gorgeous folder that Adam made me from Adam Sews. I absolutely love this. It's just amazing. And so it's a little bit creased, but anyway, I'm going to show you it. So this fabric is from fabric Godmother, and it's actually one I bought from the gorgeous Adele when she was destashing it. So yeah, I think when she'd had her colours done, she had a bit of a cull of her fabrics, and this went up and I bought it straight away because it is so my colours. So yeah, I got that from her, and I am going all out with this Marnie. So I can't take credit for this particular version in some ways because I saw somebody on Instagram who had made the Marnie in this exact fabric, and I knew I had it and I loved it so much. I thought, all right, I have to get that fabric out and make it myself. So I am making the fluted sleeve version with the pin tucks on the front, and I'm going to do the pin tucks on the sleeves. I'm not doing the ruffle around the collar, I don't think. I think I'm going to leave that off. But otherwise, it is the full-on Marnie with all the bells and whistles on it. And this fabric is a viscose crepe, so it can take it. I've done the double-faced frill over the shoulders, which is always what I do with frills because A, it's easier, and B, it looks better because the reverse of this fabric is white, as you can see. And if I tried to get a really neat hem on that, it just wouldn't look great, and you would see the white underneath as well, which I don't like. So I'm at the point now where I need to work on the sleeves, and as I say, I'm going to do the pin tucks on the upper sleeve. But the reason I've been putting it off is because the last 2 Marnies that I've made, the fabric was so busy that you couldn't see the stitching on the undulating tucks, whereas on this you can. And I have used, well, yeah, I've used sort of white and pink thread, which was probably not the wisest idea. But can you see where you do the undulating tucks, you have to stitch them down, and I don't like it, if I'm honest. I think from a distance you can't tell, but up close, and I know nobody's going to be that close to my chest, are they? Let's face it. But up close, and I know it's there, I just don't like that stitching. I think it just looks really rubbish, if I'm honest. So I've been thinking about the sleeves, and I think what I would prefer to do, but it would be so much work, but it would just look so much better, is to just do tiny little pick stitches from underneath, just catching the bottom layer of the pleat and stitching them in place like that individually from underneath, so that you don't have a line of stitching over the top, stitching them down. And then visually, I just think it would look better. But the thought of doing that on the tucks on the sleeves and how long that would probably take means I just haven't done it yet. So the sleeves are still to be done. I think that is probably what I'm going to do. I am not going to unpick that, because unpicking this fabric I think would just cause more damage than it would solve, if that makes sense. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I think in future I would probably do that with a Marnie where the fabric wasn't so busy that the stitching of the tucks disappeared into it, if that makes sense. Yeah. So doing the tucks in this fabric was a challenge, but I stay starched the pattern piece for the yoke first, and I have done the same with the upper sleeve, so that it just makes it easier to work with. So fingers crossed that all works out okay. So that's what I made. That's what I made at Sew Tune last week. Now, I did get a couple of bits and pieces as well, a couple of gifted things, and I also bought some fabric from First for Fabrics. Now, I did go with the intention of not buying anything from First for Fabrics, if I'm honest, because I'm trying to cull my fabric at the minute, and I can't stop buying fabric because I'm totally addicted to it, you know, end of. But I am trying to sort of cull it a little bit and destash more than what I'm buying. So I wanted to be really thoughtful about what I bought from First for Fabrics. I have destashed a lot this week again. I'm working through things methodically, and I've got a full empty cubbyhole in my Calyx unit upstairs now, again, because I think I've destashed about 30 fabrics again this week, which is brilliant. But I did buy some from First for Fabrics because I had to. So yeah, anyway. So I've got the fabrics here that I was going to share with you and show you. And the first one I got is this. Now, they've had this in for a while. It's a beautiful embroidered cotton that is in tie-dye purple. I think they've got it in blue as well. And yeah, it is just gorgeous. I am so into embroidered cottons at the minute. I've got a few now and I need to get them made up. But I think I got 3 meters of this, or 3.5 meters, something like that. And it's going to be a dress of some sort, but I just love it. It's so, so gorgeous. And then those of you that follow lots of the other vloggers that have been doing their So Hayley Jane subscription box unboxing will have seen that beautiful tie-dye fabric that was in this month's box. And I had serious FOMO and so wish I'd got it. And I know she had some up in the outlet shop, but it just sold out really quickly. And the only other person I can find that had the blue and orange colourway, which was my favourite, was Sarah at Simple Life Fabrics, but she sold out of that ages ago, so can't get it from there either. But First for Fabrics have one of the colourways, which isn't my favourite, but I still love it. So I've got this one, this huge tie-dye, and it's just going to be a long maxi dress. I think I got 4 meters of this, and yeah, it is a viscose. It's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous summery fabric, if we ever get a summer, because we haven't even got spring yet. So that was the second one I got. Then I wanted another gingham, and I loved this one, which is a cotton gingham, yarn dyed cotton. It's like in a blush pink colourway. I know it looks a bit more sort of, I don't know, brownie on there, but it is actually like a deep dusky pink. Really lovely, very much my colours. I love it. So yes, got that one. And then the last one is this. Now I have this in another colourway. I've got it in like a cream, but I love this sort of caramelly rusty colour. I just think it's gorgeous, so I had to get it in that colourway as well. And this is a double gauze that's embroidered. They've got this in a few colourways, I think. And yeah, I think I've got 3 meters of that as well. So that was my little haul from First for Fabrics there. And I Also had the lovely Jane and Carol from Merry Maid Fabrics get in touch with me a few weeks ago. Actually, it was just when I was heading off to the Stitch Festival, to ask me if I would like to try out one of their fabrics from their website. And they've got a really lovely little small business going with some beautiful fabrics and notions, etc. And yeah, as I was rushing off to the Stitch Festival at the time, I didn't get a chance to have a proper look, but yeah, basically they were very kind and said, you know, choose anything, we'd love you to try out one of our fabrics. So I had a good look when I got back, and I picked up this beautiful cotton jersey, again with like a dusky pink caramelly colour. It's really, really lovely. It's 100% cotton jersey with 5% elastane in it, and I got 1.5 meters, and I am planning to make a Dell top by Sew Over It. I think that would be lovely. I'll put a picture of the top in here. I've got the pattern and I just want to make that really out of that. So Jane and Carol also sent me a really lovely little card with a little note in it, which was just lovely. They also sent me, when I find it to show you, so they also sent me a couple of little samples of their other fabrics. This one, which is a indigo cotton dobby, which is £8 a metre, and then a sample of this lovely blue and white stripe, which is an ex jigsaw fine cotton pinstripe, £5.50 a metre, which is just incredible price, isn't it? So yeah, so that was so kind of them. So thank you, ladies. They also sent me a little washi tape, which is lovely, and also a twirl bar, which has been snaffled, so I can't show you that. So that was really lovely. And also at Sewtoon last week, the lovely Vicky, who has just set up her own YouTube channel, came up to us. She always comes up and says hello, and she had brought a couple of little gifts for myself and Ruan, which was just so nice. So she found this, I think from another social she'd been to, off a Destash table or something, and she said she thought it would be perfect for Layla. So she got this gorgeous little vintage style pattern with these beautiful little dresses on, and they're aged 12 months, which Layla is still not quite at the 12-month size, but yeah, they're really pretty. I love this one. I think it's just gorgeous with a little Peter Pan collar. So that was really kind. And she'd also made these tote bags, which she said she started thinking about this back at the end of last year, but then I changed my hair colour. I went red. For those of you that have been following me for a long time will know that I drastically changed my hair colour last year. It went bright red, then a bit darker red, and then I decided that red wasn't for me and I was going to go back blonde. So she'd done all the artwork for this, and then when I went back strawberry blonde, had to change it again, and then because I've gone blonde again, she said, do you know what, I'm not changing it again. She can stick with strawberry blonde. So she has made me this little tote bag. She's designed all the artwork herself. And this is obviously me with my dog Piper, who's a Weimaraner, and all my bags of fabric when I'm going shopping. And it says Crazy Bag Lady on it. It's just the most delightful little gift. So thoughtful. And yeah, I was just absolutely gobsmacked. It's beautiful. So thank you so much, Vicky. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Really, really love it. And I will leave a link to Vicky's channel down below so you can go and check her out, because she's just the most lovely woman. So yeah, thank you for that, Vicky. And finally, I have bought one other thing this week, which is a pattern and fabric. So those of you that know Andrea from Beyond the Pink Dot, and who doesn't, know that she's just had a massive life change in the last few months. And she's come over to the UK. She's moved not only herself and her home, but all her shop as well. So, you know, it's a massive change for her, isn't it? And it's been a few months for her to finally get sorted. So she's now got set up and her website's open again. And yeah, I decided to purchase from her because I want to support her and get her back on her feet again, which is brilliant. So I love this pattern. The Atelier Jupe girls have released their new collection, and I absolutely love this jacket. I think it's beautiful. I think it's so nice for summer. It's called the Inez. It is a It's just like a, you know, a summer jacket, really. I don't know if it's lined, but I would probably line it for my own personal preference. But I love the line drawings on it. It's got these gorgeous, you know, different seam lines and design lines, so you can do lots of colour blocking, as this version here, which I think is beautiful. But I decided I just wanted one plain, and I actually have bought the fabric that this is made in, which is this one here from Andrea, and it is a cotton twill, so it's beautiful quality. I do feel it's a little bit lighter weight, or well, not so much lighter weight, but a bit drapier than I was expecting, if I'm honest. So on there it looks quite structured, whereas in real life it feels quite drapey. But I am going to line it, so I don't know if this is a lined pattern, as I say, because it doesn't really say on the back. And it does actually say a fluid drape on it, to be fair. When I read the fabric recommendations, it says light or medium weight fabrics with a fluid drape, viscose, tencel, cotton, polyester, linen. So it probably is right. But yeah, I expected it just to be a little bit more structured, more like a, you know, like a raincoat fabric. I expected it to have that kind of structure to it, but clearly not. My mistake. So anyway, I've got the fabric for it. So I am going to hopefully get that made up for summer. I think that'd be a really nice lightweight summer jacket for summer, which we will need in the UK because, you know, it's not very often we get really hot weather, let's face it. So that came a couple of days ago as well, which was really exciting. And then the only other thing I have made this week is a pair of running leggings. So I'm really getting back into my running now, and I like to wear my Aeropex bone breaker headphones. Now I know that sounds a bit weird, but hear me out on this. So sometimes I like to go for a run. Most of the time I like to go for a run with no music on at all, so that I can just take in nature and the surroundings and all that kind of thing. But sometimes I do like to run with music. But obviously running with music, especially if you are along the roads, can be really dangerous because you're not aware of your surroundings and traffic and all that kind of thing. So Aeropex do these. This is not sponsored, by the way. I've had these bought for me for my birthday a couple of years ago, but they do these headphones that actually don't sit in your ears. They sit on your tragus, which is this part of your ear here. So they sit next to your skull. So your entire ear is completely free. And they work by transmitting the sound through the bone, which is just, it's ingenious, really. But how it works, I mean, I don't know how it works, but it does work so that you can still hear your music, but because your ear is completely open, you can hear everything that's going on around you as well. So it makes it safe to run. So I've got into running again with my music, which is great for longer runs because that's when I tend to get a bit sort of fed up and think, I wish I had a bit of music to spur me on, that kind of thing. But the way the headphones work is they're Bluetooth to your phone. And, you know, I've got an iPhone. Phones are big now, aren't they? I used to years ago have one of those things that strapped around my arm, but phones were smaller then. They're not now. And I used to find even then that it would like slip and it would be uncomfortable, that kind of thing. So I need a pocket to put my phone in. And I do have like a little gilet sleeveless vest thing with zip up pockets that I can put my phone in, but it does bounce around a bit. And to be honest, even though it's not that warm, it's getting too warm to wear that over a top for running in. So most of my leggings don't have pockets in, or if they do, they've just got the little rear pocket in the waistband, which isn't big enough to put my phone in. It's just big enough for keys, that kind of thing. So I obviously do make my own leggings, but the ones that I've made in the past, I've omitted the pocket because I never used to run with music. So I thought, you know what, I just need to make some, don't I, with pockets in, because I've got all the stuff that I need. So I have made up another pair of the Greenstyle strides. I love Greenstyle patterns for running leggings. They are my go-to. There's a few patterns of theirs that I always make up because they're so straightforward, easy to follow. They do them in different heights as well. And the adjustments that you need to make, well, when I say adjustments, the measurements that they give you for all the different parts of your body are just incredible, like even, you know, thighs and calves and all that kind of stuff. So it's really good. So anyway, the strides is my go-to because I find it the quickest. And I have made the strides before, but not with the pockets in. So I made the strides last night. And here they are. And they come in different lengths as well. I've done the sort of capri length, which is, I've done it so it just comes just below my knee, because I find that length is more versatile for me during the spring, summer months and into autumn. in the UK, so I'll get the most wear out of these. And they have like the high waist, they've got different waist heights as well, so you can do a straight waistband or a contoured waistband. You've got high waist, medium waist and low waist. I always go for the high waist because I like them really high, so I feel secure when I'm running. And yeah, I've got the pockets in the side. So the strides have these are the high waist with the contoured waistband, and then it looks like they've got this side bit, but the side bit actually goes all the way around the back like that. So you can colour block these however you want. And then they've got a pocket in both sides of the leg, which is stitched across at the bottom of the pocket there. And yeah, I made these up in about an hour, to be honest, and they were super quick. Made them before loads of times, know they fit me. I made the size D to G, I think, so the D waist, and graded out to the G at the hip, and these are perfect for me. The one tip I will always give you, I do think I've made these, I've done a sew along for these on my channel somewhere. It will be a few years ago though, so I don't know if it's in the sew along part of my channel, if that makes sense. But if you are interested, there are a couple of leggings that I've done in there when I've made activewear before. But this fabric is just a 4-way stretch active lycra. The black is from Walton's, but you can pick up this now online. Lots of online sellers are doing activewear fabrics now, which is just brilliant. But you know, you do want something that is 100% man-made. You don't want natural fibers for making activewear because you're gonna sweat, and natural fibers hold the sweat close to your body and get weighty, whereas man-made don't, basically. So, and they dry out quicker. So yeah, this is a 4-way stretch activewear lycra, and so is this. The coloured fabric is from Northern Monkey Makes. They've got quite a few activewear fabrics on their website now, and they are super priced and really good. Really like it, actually. I'm really impressed. So yeah, they are my strides. I'm going to wear those to run in later. The other tip I always give for making running leggings, because I know lots of people have made leggings before to do sort of high impact exercise and found that the waistband, that they tend to just move down and they don't stay in place, and it's disappointing. Now, I sewed all of this up on my overlocker. You can see all my overlocked seams inside there. But the one tip I would give you with the waistband is always attach clear elastic to your waistband. So once you've sewn the inner and outer waistband for this, as I say, together, sew a length of clear elastic around the seam. Do not stretch it, just literally lay it on the diameter of your waistband seam and zigzag it on within the seam allowance. That is all you need to do. And that little extra bit of elastic there, you don't want normal elastic, it has to be the sort of clear swimwear elastic. That little bit of extra elastic in there will hold these in place and they won't move. So that is my tip for making activewear. So yeah, I'm going to make more of those because I love them so much and they're just far better than anything I could buy. So I mentioned that activewear jersey from Northern Monkey Makes. It's this here. I got a metre of it and it is white on the other side, but yeah, it's really nice. They've got these in a few different colourways and I think they're about, I don't know, £10 a metre, something like that, which is a really good price for this stuff. Some of you may have heard of Funky Fabrics. I have looked at Funky Fabrics. They have some amazing designs, but I just think they're really expensive. So I haven't purchased from them. I can't comment on the quality of that. I think they are very good quality from what I've heard, but yeah, I just won't pay those prices, I'm afraid, for my activewear. But this is also going to be used in making a bikini for my holiday, because it is now 3 weeks tomorrow till we go to Portugal and I still haven't started any of my holiday sewing because I'm rubbish. But I've been looking for a bikini pattern and I'm quite particular about what I want my bikini pattern to be, or what I want my bikini to be. And I don't want a really high-waisted bikini bottom. I want something that's a bit more sort of hipster style. And trying to find a bikini pattern has been really difficult because the majority of the ones I've found are either sort of like the cheeky style that Edgewater Avenue do, which I want full coverage on my bum, or they are really high-waisted, really full coverage, and I want something that's in between. Anyway, I think I've found it, and this is the one that I've got. It is the basic bikini called Wells Bay by Half Moon Atelier. So this is it here. I will put a better picture in, but this is the front page of the pattern that I've printed off. So what you've got is it's a reversible bikini that is seamed. So again, you've got the option of using colour blocking if you've got small pieces of leftover fabric, and it's got a tie back detail for the bust top, bikini top, that's the word, Rachel, and then you've got a full coverage bottom, but it is more hipster style. So I've bought this. Now this is not the most size inclusive pattern, I am just going to say that right now. I've never made Half Moon Atelier patterns before, so it's going to be a, you know, a sort of, what's the word, it's the first time I've made any of their patterns, so I don't know what they're like to make up. But yeah, they are not very size inclusive. I think my bottom size, I'm almost in the largest size for that, to be fair. But you know, it is what it is, isn't it? And I don't see a lot produced by these anymore, so I don't know if they're still making patterns. But anyway, I'm gonna have a go at that, and yeah, I'm gonna make it in this. But what I'm gonna do is, because I'm very hippie and pear-shaped and my hips are my biggest measurement, where it's got the sort of side seam bits here on the bottoms, I am going to do the main part of the bikini bottoms in this fabric, and then I'm going to do the side bits here in black or navy blue, because I've got some navy blue plain lycra as well, because I think that will just give me that sort of, bring my hips in a little bit and give me a bit more balance with the top. So that's the plan anyway, we shall see. So I've got that printed out, and I'm going to get that made up next, I think, and trial it and see what the fit's like. So I actually changed the upper knife on my overlocker yesterday, because I've had my Baby Lock Imagine for about 6 years now, and I have never changed the blade on it. The lower knife blade on the Baby Locks never need to be changed, to be honest, and if you do want to change them, you generally have to have them properly serviced to have those changed, but they're supposed to last for years and years, the lifetime of the machine. But the upper knife blade does dull over time, and mine was really dull. It was at the point where when I'd got a few layers of jersey going through it, it wasn't cutting, and it was just dragging the fabric through, and you know when you get those really thick seams where it's overlocking cut bits of fabric into the overlocked seam, and it was just messy. So I have changed the upper blade. That was done last night, and sewing up these leggings last night was just incredible, because where you've got sort of, you know, the bulky seam of the waistline here, where I've got 3 to 4 to 5 layers of lycra going through the machine, I mean, you can see how that's just gone through without any issues whatsoever. So I don't know why I didn't do that months ago, to be honest, but it was far easier than I expected. So that's been done, which means I want to sew all the jersey things again now. Now I've got an overlocker that is feeling like new again. So that's about it. I am at 30 minutes now. I need to crack on and get signed on for work, and hopefully get this uploaded for you later today. I'm really excited because we've got Layla again this weekend. Martin's going to pick her up after work today, so at least I don't have to drive down to Leicester after work, which is great. And yeah, she's coming tonight to stay, and hopefully we're going to go to the beach tomorrow if the weather's okay. It was awful yesterday here, rained all day. It keeps looking like it's going to rain again today, but fingers crossed we might get a bit of a dry spell tomorrow. That would be really nice, so we could take her to the beach. So looking forward to that. But I hope whatever you're up to this weekend, you have a great one, and I will be back with you really soon. Take care. Bye.